Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to our Direwolf 20 1.10 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So, thermal expansion is in the pack, so as you can guess, that's what we're going to be working with today. I'm really excited because a lot of new stuff has been added in 1.10. Absolutely amazing additions to the mod, and, oh, what's this? I've been busy. This is something I'm working on, basically just decorative purposes. To link up to that bottom slot for the chain, and kind of give our blood altar a little bit more. I'm still in the process of going through and changing all the blocks and all that stuff, but anyways, I've been working on this, and it'll probably be done by next episode. I've just got to change out a bit more of these blocks and add marble and basalt. Actually, I think I've got all the basalt placed. Yeah, I've just got to finish putting the marble in and doing a little bit of decorative additions. Actually, I need to go through there and put sound mufflers, don't I? I'll do that. This right here, by the way, is just a flare mana lens, just thrown onto a elven mana spreader to give it that purple like smoke effect. Absolutely love that effect. We're gonna have those in some other spots on here, like maybe out here on these corners and things like that. And these things are probably going to go in the near future. They were just temporary lighting, so they'll probably go in favor of something that kind of matches a bit more. It may even end up just being the lighted glowstone, the painted glowstone grass. I don't know for sure, but I do know that around here I'm going to put a little bit of fencing and stuff and kind of maybe do some flowers and that kind of stuff. But, yeah. Or maybe not fencing, maybe I'll do oak leaves like this, you know, where, you know, kind of where these lanterns are. So, anyways, that's what I've been working on. Also, I did get around to putting that the additional metal presses in from Immersive Engineering. So, for example, if we were to order, say, I made a bunch of iron plates, as you can tell, because I was playing with it. I was like, I love this. I love it. Let's go ahead and order, like, maybe 400 iron plates. And if we pop down here they come. Da-da-dunt. Da-da-dunt. I love it because it's like all at like the exact same timing and everything. Basically what I've got is I just adjusted this. The interface still feeds into the chest, and then the chest then pipes out with conduits to here. And that's really it. I changed where the wiring was located, but other than that, I mean, it's the exact same setup. Just conduits feed into this instead. So, and we got 3 metal presses, and then the hoppers on the front. I just put hoppers here because they dump them into these hoppers, and they feed into that chest. So fairly easy, and it does, you know, that right there has tripled our processing speed on plates. So definitely comes in handy, and it will speed up our IC2 processing and everything by quite a bit. I mean, I could add more, but honestly, I think 3 is going to be fine moving forward, I believe, personally. So anyways, I think today what we're going to be doing is, you know, our cobbleworks down here, / just everything that's just being produced, we're going to add on to this today. So that's my goal, is we're going to work on this a little bit and add some new machines from thermal expansion. That's one of my favorite aspects of thermal expansion, is the automatic creation type processing machines. They're absolutely wonderful. And then also just kind of starting thermal expansion, getting into some thermal expansion and all that good stuff. So anyways, if we pull up thermal here, first up you'll notice there's a lot of new blocks. Now there is some blocks that are missing. For example, the tesseracts are not here, which is fine. Honestly, Ender.io has tesseracts, you know, equivalents, and they work fine. Also, I believe their cabling was missing as well, all their piping, which if you recall at the back end of 1.7, instead of it being thermal expansion, they had like thermal times 500 different names that they put. Instead of it just being one mod, it became like a ton of different little mods, which I thought was kind of a weird direction for them to take, but you know, it's their mod, so whatever. And it's pretty much the same now. So I can't remember what the name of the thermal piping was, but it's not in here. There's only thermal expansion and thermal I think dynamics, right? Or something. Anyways, I don't think it's all updated to 1.10 as of yet. But anyways, the core of it is updated to 1.10, which is fine. You know, we've got conduits. I'm not too worried about it. I do miss the infinite transfer conduits. But we're going to get into Draconic Evolution in one of the upcoming episodes and start getting conduits from that. And then we're probably going to get the blood magic item conduits as well. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. So anyways, a lot of the same stuff is here. You can see all these different dynamos and all that stuff. However, the machine frames are no longer, well, I mean, you still have these machine frames, and then you have device frames. Device frames are used for stuff with the blue machines, like the aqueous accumulator, the nullifier, the thermal mediator, and the arboreal extractor, which we'll get into those things. You know, some of these blocks are new. And then the machine frames, of course, I use for this. Now, instead of making the different machine frames for basic and hardened and all that stuff, now you just make these reinforcement kits, or these upgrade kits. You have hardened, reinforced, and signalum, and then resonant. So you've got all 4 tiers of this. So basically, for the upgrade kits, for example, hardened is just going to be used on a basic, and then reinforced has to be used on hardened, signalum has to be used on reinforced, and resonant has to be used on signalum. Now, in addition, there's also these conversion kits. Now, these don't require the previous tiers, but they are a little bit more expensive. You can see that there's not even a hardened version, because for hardened, you would just straight up use an upgrade kit. But, for example, if we wanted to use resonant, you can just craft them together instead of actually placing them on the machine one by one. So that's an option. And making, you know, teaching our system how to make a resonant conversion kit will be handy if we want to go ahead and just upgrade everything to resonant. And then in addition, we are probably going to, in one of the upcoming episodes, possibly change our reactor design, because with thermal expansion entering the fray, it has brought back things like our gelid cryotheum. So we can use that stuff again, you know, and really boost up our reactor. So we may end up doing that in the near future. Right now, I'm fairly happy with it. I mean, my turbine's running, everything's good, so you know, I'm fairly okay. But we will probably at some point upgrade the reactor just to include the gelid cryotheum, because that's, you know, that's a major game changer as far as reactors go. Also, you have the energy cells. These you just make the basic one, and then you can upgrade it with the upgrade kits. And then also you have a bunch of these specialty, specializations that you can put into machines, and they can do things like, for example, with the redstone furnace, you can get additional food whenever you cook it through the redstone furnace, and different little things like that, which we'll get into some of those as we go forward. And as always, if you guys have any questions, I have played quite a bit with this in creative, and figured out, you know, how all the new blocks and everything work. So if you guys do have any specific questions, do let me know, and I'll do my best to answer those for you. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into what we're going to be doing today. And the first thing, I'm just going to go ahead and teach it how to make these machine frames. Now we are going to need the thermal foundation. Okay, it's thermal foundation. That was the other one that was in here. Do we want to make our gears using iron, or do I want to set up metal presses for it? Because I could do the gears with a metal press system, kind of like what we have downstairs, or I could just craft them with iron. I mean, let me see. We have 53,000. I think we're okay doing iron for gears. So we're just going to do that. I'm not too concerned about it. If you guys really want me to do the press, let me know, and I'll set up more presses. But realistically, I'm not too worried about one additional iron. So we'll go ahead and make that recipe, and let's go ahead and grab one of these, and then we're going to teach it how to make these machine frames. And let's go ahead and order ourselves like 10 machine frames. It'll take a second to craft those. And then if we take a look here at thermal, there's a few machines that I'm going to want for the actual cobbleworks type area. Now the first thing that I'm going to want is a glacial precipitator. This thing, of course, can create snow and snowballs and ice, all that good stuff. So we'll go ahead. Let's see. I'm not sure if I have Invar on hand or not. I am going to teach you how to make the copper gear. And we'll go ahead and grab a couple of those. And then the redstone reception coils are fairly important, so we're going to go ahead and teach you how to make that. Now, some of these machines I may teach you how to make. Glacial precipitator is not one of those, and that's because we really don't have a whole lot of need for that. And we're also going to need to teach you how to make some of these new alloys. First one, of course, being Invar. It's actually two, processing. There we go. 2 iron, and then 1 nickel. And we'll go ahead and run this stuff through the alloy smelter. Okay, and that gets us 3 Invar. So we'll tell it 3 Invar. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that into there. And then we should be good now. Let's go ahead and order like 100 Invar. Just because we've got the resources, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so next up, let's take a look here. The glacial precipitator. Oh yeah, we're going to need a piston. But the glacial precipitator is something that I'm not going to honestly need more than one of. Like, I'll set this up, and then I'll be done with glacial precipitators. So I'm just going to go ahead and snag. I don't need to actually craft that. Go ahead and snag that, and go ahead and put these into here. I think we're going to put it just right here. That should be fine. And then you'll notice a lot of this UI and everything looks the same. We're going to go ahead and say you're going to output from the back. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to need 3 of these, right? That would be ideal. So there's 2 glacial precipitators. And then let me go ahead and get a reservoir. And then I'm also going to want some fluid conduits. These ones are fine. And then let me go ahead and grab just some item conduits and some energy conduits. I don't know for sure that we're going to need those, but they are handy to have. And we're going to be waiting a minute on that reservoir. So let's go ahead and put our glacial precipitators, and I think that we're just going to put them right like this. And we're going to tell each of these, you know, back is going to be your output. This one's going to be creating snowballs. This one will create snow, and this one will create ice. We'll go ahead and set that to go to the back. And then we'll say item conduits here. Extract is always active, extract is always active, extract is always active. And then energy conduit. And now we just need some fluid conduits. We'll go ahead and just throw these right here because these do require some fluid. And we don't have any water production over here. Honestly, we may end up changing out this transfer node for a igneous extruder as well. Because then we wouldn't have that big pile of junk there. Lava and all that stuff. I really wish this pack had the AE2 stuff and the AE2 more cells in it. Because it would really help applied energistics. It would boost it. Because I would love some water transfer. Like water or liquid storage and everything within our AE system. Now I know it's part of refined storage. But I hate refined storage. It's so laggy. I cannot stand it. Plus it doesn't work as well as these others. That's weird. On my minimap right now it shows the loaded chunks from extra utilities. Or not extra utilities, but the claim chunks and everything with the FTB utility. Interesting. But anyways, I do wish we had fluid storage with the AE2. As, like, within the mod pack, that would be so nice. It really would be. Alright, so we'll just set up our reservoir right here. And then let's go ahead and dump our water. There we go. Now create water. Alright, so we'll say you can extract, always active, and that's going to start sending water down to those glacial precipitators. And if we pop down here, we should see them. Oh yeah, I didn't tell them to insert. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me, anyways, first up, I want to, I'm going to say you can get your stuff from there. Get your stuff from there. Get your stuff from there. Alright, so it's not going to extract right now. And what I want to do is grab ice, snow, and some snowballs. And let's set up a drawer, or, you know, a few drawers. So let me order, I'm going to go ahead and order like 100. I don't need nearly that many, but that's how I order things at this point. Once we get to this point with AE and resources and stuff, I'm just like, whatever, 100 of them sounds good. Okay, so we'll just put these into here. We'll say there's snowballs, there's snow, there's ice, and let me get my key as well. This is something that we're going to need this episode. And I don't know if we have, okay, we do have a spot for obsidian already over here. We do have cobblestone. I'm sure we have stone. Yeah, some stone. Okay, so anyways, ice and all that jazz. We'll go ahead and just lock these in. There we go. And it's funny because thermal expansion, I've been waiting on this for like a couple months now because I knew it was coming out. I just didn't know when. Like, I knew it was going to be a little while, a few months ago, but that it was, you know, it was just about ready to go. And oh, I'm glad it's finally here. I really am. It's such a fun mod. I love it. I think what we'll do is we'll insert the water on the tops. So we'll say top is insert, top is insert, top is insert, and then back is extract. Oh, it's not auto-outputting. It took me a second. It's not auto-outputting because I don't have those storage drawers actually plugged up. So let me actually do that really quick. Oh, you know what I just realized? The drawer controller over here isn't connected into the same drawer system. And we're going to connect it into that drawer system. Because I did them as separate drawer systems because, now that I think about it, I guess I could put the drawer controller in the center and it would be fine. Probably whenever I come back through and I rewire everything, I'll make it into one single drawer system. But I'll have to put the drawer in the center underneath the AE2 stuff. And that's due to the distance limit with drawer controllers. So, but I'll definitely change that up because I would like to have this as one single system. Alright, so there we go. It's plugged in now, and we should see, if we take a look at our turbine. Wrong area entirely. Alright, we should see our ice is going up, snow is going up, and snowballs are going up. Great. And of course these will, once these drawers fill up, it'll back up the glacial precipitator and it's going to stop running. And then let's go ahead. I want to teach it how to make a couple things here. We're going to want to teach it how to make all the upgrade kits. So first up we've got bronze, which I think... Does our system know how to make bronze? Yeah, it does. I see too, that's right. Okay, go ahead and make me some of these things. Alright, and there's how to make bronze gears. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go ahead and just order like 1,000 bronze. Just because we can. Okay, and then we'll put this into here. And let me go ahead and get a bronze gear, please. Thanks. So, upgrade kit. First up is the hardened. Easy enough. We'll go ahead and encode that. Now, next up we have the reinforced. This one takes electrum and a silver gear. Silver, easy enough. We'll go ahead and encode that. Make me one of those. Reinforced requires electrum. I think our system should already know how to make electrum. Alright, so our next upgrade kit The reinforce, we should be all set to teach you how to make that. So there we go. And then the signalum. Now this is where things are going to start getting interesting. We're going to need an electrum gear. Easy enough. We'll go ahead and encode that. And then the signalum. Let's see. We should be able to make it in the alloy smelter we can. 3 copper, 1 silver, 10 redstone. Okay. And of course you can make this stuff, you know, other ways with actually using thermal expansion. And of course NEI will teach you how to do all of that stuff. But we've already got the Ender IO stuff set up. Now I will say that whenever we go through and rewire the whole base, I think what I'm going to do is kind of how we have our metal press system over here. I'm probably going to go ahead and upgrade the rest of our system, so we'll have like maybe like a whole wall of alloy smelters, and they get fed through like a central input, and then the items just go, you know, wherever they need to go. Maybe something like that would be nice. So I may very well do that. We'll see. We shall see. So our signalum's done. We'll say, okay, that makes 4 signalum. We'll encode that. And actually, let me go ahead and get some more patterns being made. We'll make like 40. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff into here. First up, we have the alloy smelter. That's going to take signalum and all these upgrade kits. Now, the next thing that we're going to need to be able to make is cryothium. Now, this is actually fairly easy to make, considering that we can already make snowballs. Saltpeter, nitor. I want to say that we can get this with just sandstone, maybe? Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do, actually. If we take, let's get a compacting drawer, because we can easily add this to our cobbleworks. So let's produce a compacting drawer. We're going to need a bit of sand to get us started. Okay, so for this, I'm going to need, whoops, shoot. Pistons. I'm going to go ahead and order like 100 pistons because I'm tired of these. I'm very, very tired of these. And then what is it? Reception coil. And that's how you make a pulverizer. Good. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those. We'll put this. Pulverizer is something we'll use again. I know, you know, it's worth having that taught to the system. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to set up a compacting drawer. And I think... Oh, you know what? I actually need to plug these up, don't I? Because these have ceased running. There we go. It's now getting water and it's producing things again. Okay, so let's do it on this lower section, because I think I'm going to do a band around this, because we're going to have all these wires sticking out and stuff for the thermal expansion machine. So I'm probably going to have a band around this section, kind of where the precision dropper is. So let's do our compacting drawer. I kind of want this out of sight, in fact. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the compacting drawer here, I think. Yeah. Do we want the sand to be shown here? I think so. We'll do it. That's fine by me. So let me grab like a stack of sand here. And we're going to put sand into this. And you'll notice that it creates sandstone. And so what we're going to do then is just any of these pretty much. We'll say this one. We'll say that you can insert, and it's going to be a priority of 20. So this should start getting sandstone fairly quickly. I don't know what the other priorities are. Basically, I want this to be the highest priority. If it can accept sand, I want it to accept sand. The priority is now 100, so I don't think anything's going to beat it. So we'll go ahead and lock that in, so it's got sandstone. Awesome. And so then what we're going to do is we are just going to pull out from it. We'll say you can insert priority of 100, and then you can also extract. Okay, we're going to say that you can extract on the brown channel. Or, I don't know if I'm using brown. We'll say pink channel. So you can extract on the pink channel, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have our pulverizer. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it macerator. We'll have our pulverizer set up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to say that you can insert in the back, and it's going to be on the pink channel. We'll say auto input enabled, auto output enabled. And is this not... Okay, we're going to say always active. Okay, so it's pulling out sandstone. It's going into this pulverizer. Then this pulverizer is going to start running it. And then, of course, it's going to produce a byproduct of sand, or the primary thing is going to be sand. Then it's also going to produce nitor. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a storage drawer up here. Nitor is what we want. I'm not too concerned about having sandstone, like, on demand. If I was, I guess I could upgrade this to a compacting drawer. We may actually go through and upgrade. When I rewire, I'll probably upgrade some of these to compacting drawers. Because I think we started setting it up when I didn't have just a ton of resources. Compacting drawers, when you start making them in mass, they're, you know, depending on the situation, they can be a little bit expensive, I guess. I don't know if that's what kept me from doing compacting or what it was, but anyway, so there's nitor, and it's got a spot here. Awesome. Okay, so now all we need to do is actually automatically extract this stuff from the redstone furnace. And we've already got 4 built up, so we're going to say that the top is both outputs. And then we'll just run our item conduits back through here. We'll say you can extract always active. And there we go. It's pulling everything out. And it's sending it where it needs to go. Now, this stuff should went back into that, created more sandstone, and then been sent back through. The sand should have been. Because, of course, it's prioritizing this compacting drawer to keep this thing running. Besides, we're good on sand for a while. So, anyways, now that we've got that, let's take a look here. Our cryothium, we've got nitor, we've got snowballs, we've got redstone. So all that's left is blizz powder. Now, I'm kind of curious if blizz is a mob. Would we rather spawn it, or do we want to use fluid transposer system? Yeah, blizz is a... Yeah, we've got a spawn blizz and a soul vial for blizz. Okay, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to go hunting. We are going to go hunting. Okay, so blizzes tend to spawn in areas that are cold, icy or snowy type places. So let me see here. Okay, actually in the north we have some cold, snowy areas. So that's where I'm going to head, and we're going to see if we can find ourselves a blizz. Oh, yeah, I think I found one here. No, that's a basal's. I wouldn't mind having one of those too. So we're going to take him. And good thing we always have extra soul vials in the indexer. So we'll keep looking for one. Funny story, I found a basal's and a blitz before I found a blizz. So a lot of running around. Basically, the snow places I saw on the map were extreme hills. Basal's spawned there, and then I was flying around trying to find a blitz, came across the blitz, and then had to come back and get soul vials, and then finally, after going out a second time, I found the blizz. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to put the soul vial into here, and the silverfish spawner, or whatever spawner. Let's take our 8 levels, get this going. And basically we're just going to go ahead and just make a blizz spawner. If you have access to this, it's probably the best route to take, in my opinion, is just to make a spawner for it. If not, you can make, of course, blizz powder with, if we take a look here, you can make blizz with the fluid transposer. So basically you melt down your redstone, get destabilized redstone, fill it into a snowball, and you get blizz powder. So, it's not too bad. It's just you're going to have to use a bit of redstone, you know, to make a bunch of it. So, alright, then we need 16 levels for the spawner. There we go. So now we've got our powered blizz spawner. Awesome. So let's put this in. I'll tell you what, I'm going to remove the wither skeleton spawner for right now, and I'm going to replace it with blizz. Okay, that's enough of that, guys. This is what? Active with signal. Okay. I need my mana glass. I'll put it right there for now. I'll come back and fix that last little bit. Okay, so we should have... Oh, I'm going to need a capacitor. Oh, I can hear them. Let's get an octatic capacitor. Because I think what I'm going to do is... Right now, you know, this had guardians and this had withers and all that jazz. What we're going to do is change it over so it has all the blaze type creatures in it. So we're going to have blizzes, basals, blazes, and blitzes in this one spawner area. So, but yeah, we're spawning them. Awesome. So easy way to get, of course, our powder that we need. How did you get out? I have no clue. I think he just spawned outside of it. Alright, so now we should have... We have 10 blizz rods. Okay, so you can, if you want to, you can macerate these and get a little bit better output. We're just gonna do that. The reason being is because there's really, with a spawner running 24/7, there's really no reason to worry about the items or anything like that. Also, let me get these, and we're going to set up a drawer for this as well. Alright, we'll say, get us some blizz powder. There we go, there's gelid cryothium. And let me actually go ahead and grab a thing of that. And we'll go ahead and throw this into here. And now we can teach it how to make that upgrade kit. So, signalum upgrade. I haven't made an electrum gear, really? Make me one. There we go, there's that. And then, for our final upgrade kit, the Resonant upgrade, it's going to take pyrotheum, which of course is sulfur, coal, redstone, and blaze. And I believe, do we know how to make... Well, actually, we wouldn't know how to make pyrotheum, right? It's thermal foundation. Okay, so let's get that. I believe it knows how to make coal dust. Coal dust. Okay, it does know how to make coal dust. The only thing is sulfur. Do we have a way that we're generating that? Okay, I tell you what. Right now we have 1,195. Oh, you know what we could do? I'm going to teach it a really quick recipe here. It's going to be processing sulfur. If you take gunpowder, you're going to get sulfur. That's what we're going to tell it. And then all we have to do is we can throw this into the extractor. Right here. Throw that in there, and then if we were to come up here and order, say, we wanted 10 sulfur. Okay, yeah, we got it. We got 1211 now. It just didn't, it wasn't updating, and it kind of freaked me out. I was like, wait a second. I was like, this should make. So yeah, if you run it through the extractor from IC2, you are going to get sulfur. So, okay, so now that we have all that stuff automated, I've got signal and pyrotheum. Okay, the last thing that we're going to need for our upgrade kits, I know the episode's running a little bit long, but we're almost done. I just want to get our first finalized upgrade kit. So, I know we got a little bit sidetracked. I wasn't originally planning on doing upgrades today, but that's fine. At least we'll have this out of the way. We're going to need lumium and enderium. So, this stuff's fun. Enderium. What is this? Okay, we can make enderium with enderium base, a redstone servo, and 2 ender pearls. Okay, redstone servo is actually very easy to make, so we'll go ahead and grab that. And then enderium base, ender pearls, enderium base is just 10 silver and platinum. So let's grab that. We'll say 10. Okay. Well, we've gotten 6 in the short time that, you know, since I installed this, so I think we'll be okay. So what we'll do is we'll say, let's see, we're going to say, if you take 10, oops, processing, if you take 10 silver and platinum, Didn't mean to put back both of those. I meant to just put back one. Okay, if you take those 3 metals and send them to the alloy smelter, then you're going to get 4 Enderium base. So there's that. We'll encode it. And then we're also going to teach it now, if you take 2 Ender Pearls, 2 Enderium base, and one of those bizarre servos that go in there with it. Oops. Grab that. Okay, so if you take Enderium base, redstone servo, and 2 Ender Pearls, and throw all that in there. This is actually going to take a little bit to actually smelt this stuff up. But that's going to get you 2 Enderium. There we go. And then we also need to teach it Lumium is the other thing that we need. And I'm going to go ahead and throw these in real quick. So the alloy smelter, here's your Enderium blend, your Enderium. And then we've got all these things that need to go into here. And so Lumium, we can do it in the alloy smelter with glowstone, silver, and tin. So we'll teach it that real quick. There's 3 tin. Alright, so if you take these 3 things and you run these through the alloy smelter, that you'll get 4 Lumium ingots. And there we go. Awesome. Okay, so now that can be made. And we'll go ahead and throw that into there. I mean, look at all these alloys that we've made today. Electrum, I realized I didn't have in here, but I mean, we made a ton of different alloys for thermal expansion. So now we just need to finish up our upgrade kit stuff. I'm going to throw that stuff into there. So this one takes aluminum gear, which is just like that. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these. And then, there we go. There's our upgrade kit. And so now what I want to do is let's throw this stuff into here. And I want to go ahead and just make all those different upgrades. We'll go ahead and request, say, one of these. We'll make one of these, one of those, and one of those. And then we're going to tell it if you take hardened, reinforced, signal them, and then we're just waiting on the resonant. We're just going to teach you how to make these conversion kits. Then we're going to make a few of them once that's done. I think I'm waiting on probably Enderium right now, which I know it had the Enderium blend that it needed, but it had to smelt it, which takes it a minute. Okay, so there is Resonant Conversion Kit. We'll go ahead and encode that, and then let's go ahead and grab one of these as well. And we'll go ahead and throw this into there. And I want to make, let's see, conversion kits. Let's make, can I make 10 of these? I'll be missing shiny. Alright, so we'll just make 5 of them then. Okay. So that's going to start crafting. And then what we can do with these is, let's say we want to upgrade our, it says redstone furnace, but it's a pulverizer. What we can do is, why is it, you know what, I didn't filter, oh shoot. My bad, I didn't filter sandstone. Alright, so we're going to throw a filter in this and say you can only accept sandstone. Alright, so now this is only receiving sandstone. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's put this resonant conversion kit onto our furnace. We can just right click it and you'll notice it kind of changed the border and it says block successfully upgraded. And now it is a resonant level machine. And so then we have augmentation in here. We're going to get into that next episode. We'll continue messing with thermal expansion next episode and doing all that good stuff. So, and we actually have, I think next episode we'll finish working with the cobbleworks type area and setting a lot of that stuff up. And then we will also mess with a few new machines and a few older machines. We will spend a bit of time probably working with the was it the phytogrow thing? The phytogenic insulator. We'll probably play with that and probably set up a sawmill and maybe do igneous extrude. Yeah, we'll do igneous extruder and get into upgrades and all that stuff next episode as well. So anyways, I'm going to end it out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care and stay safe. And I will see you guys then.